All right, everybody, welcome back again to the KSR YouTube channel. Hanging out with the squirrels in Will's yard. You see him? He's right there. Little squirrel. Squirrel! Florida squirrels, they're out again. He's gonna run. Yep, figured. But we're over at Will's for an update on SoccerMom, as well as some of his other Camaros. You guys have seen Will's shop in some of the other videos, and this is kind of our hangout where we work on SoccerMom when it's, you know, there's no room at the shop, and it's kind of nice to just have the same place to work on the same car. So it's kind of like you guys working on your cars at home. So let's give you guys an update on some things, and right after the intro. All right, well, while you're here, please subscribe to the channel and give us a like and a comment down there in the bottom of the video. I usually try to get down in there and interact with everybody in the comments, answer some questions. The ones that I can anyways. Not all of them maybe, but you know, I try to do as much as I can. But some updates on SoccerMom. Thankfully, she still has all the body panels on her. And we got us some brand new Mickey Thompson 275 drag radials. I mean, there's a sticker on one side of them. I don't know where that is. Oh, there they are. Brand new stickies. And our other ones aren't in the best shape anymore. So there's a weird area right here on the tire, which you probably can't see all that great in video. No, well, that area right there is flat. About the only way you can tell is you can see the wear mark right there. That's supposed to look like that. Nice and long. It's probably, shoot, it's probably, well, I don't know how deep that is right there. You can see it's missing because there's a whole lot of rubber missing. And it flattened off this edge right here. But like Will said, at least that's the only thing we're having to fix.
That's right.
So while we had some time, we popped the rod out for the cylinder that we hurt, number 8, just to make sure everything looked happy, make sure the rings were all good. Check out the new rod piston combination from Texas Speed, and I'll say this is a beefy unit. Look at the size of that wrist pin in there. I mean, she's ready for some more power. Nice skirt coating on there. And we're going to be a little more responsible with it this time and torquing the cylinder heads. But this is the cylinder head that we wounded, and this is where we wounded it. Well, she's no longer wounded. So I took and I added a little bit of weld to the water jacket too to make that area a little bit wider on both sides. Figured it maybe gave it a little bit more meat right there. Made sense to me, so we did it. Added some new head gaskets. The other cylinder head, we had them both skinned, you know, so they all match each other. But engine's pretty well ready to go back together. Intake manifold, all, like, it all really does go back together pretty quick. We've got this car set up to where it comes apart very easily, goes back together very easily. So here in the very near future, we're going to knock this thing back together and take her back out to the racetrack. I do have to build a new expansion tank because there's our old one. And that's where all the water came from during the thing in Orlando. Yeah, it definitely expanded. So quite a few people they were watching the videos and the shorts and stuff of the spin thought that that was the exhaust out of the left front fender. Well, no, this was up behind the headlight on the driver's side.
And he's racing against Kevin. Wow. Yeah, that's Kevin Smith. Goes for nothing but Kevin. Hang on to it, Kevin. Hang on. Hang on to it. Still sideways. Oh, he kept it. And he's got it saved. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. He saved it through all of that sliding.
And all of the water was coming out of this crack because we've popped the head gasket before, and it's, you see a little bit of water on the windshield, a couple little drops, and there's no drama. Well, obviously, Orlando, there was a little bit of drama. But we're going to make this smaller, make it out of a piece of tubing, And it doesn't need to be this big because the cooling system works so well in this thing now. This originally was kind of for some of the events we were doing, because you remember the first drag and drive we did with SoccerMom and she ran hot. So when we switched to the other radiator, ooh, this thing's dirty, all the Florida pollen. We switched to the other radiator and the Delta Pag fan, and just to be extra sure, we built that large expansion tank to store even more water. And when you've got large amounts of coolant pressure, you think of all the surface area and 40 pounds of coolant pressure per square inch of that tank, and there was a lot of force trying to rip the side of that tank apart, and that's what happened. So as you can imagine, our front tires weren't in the best shape either. So we got us some new Mickey Thompson front runners also, and Kimber's got them and he's mounting them at work. Gonna balance them, get them all balanced out and everything smooth. But you may notice that as fast as this car is, we don't have beadlocks. So we do a trick where you can't really tell. Okay, there's a little bit of it there. So we use some kind of super duper contact cement that we used to use on Will's car way back in the day. And Permatex High Tack. That's what Will just said from across the shop. And we get the tire on the rim, clean the backside of the rim really good, clean the bead of the tire, smear that stuff all on there, and then blow the tire up onto the bead, and it sticks. Now that's not something that you can do with a bias ply tire, but because a radial tire runs at pretty high pressure, like we're typically around 18 psi of tire pressure in SoccerMom here, sometimes as high as 19.5 if we're really, really leaning on it hard and the track is really tight. We can be as high as 19.5 pounds of air pressure in the thing. Because if you ever see a car that's got the tire wrinkled all the way around on it, like with a drag radial, that tire is getting destroyed in short order. So normally you'll see the fast guys, they only have a couple of wrinkles where the tire is planting. So you'll see like 1 or 2 wrinkles just for that very split second, maybe for like the first half second of the car launching. But like I said, with the drag radials, we can get away with gluing the wheels. And yeah, we should update to beadlocks eventually, but SoccerMom's got 10-inch wheels, and so far the old trick has worked pretty good. What we'll do is we'll put a little mark right here where the valve stem is at, just to keep an eye on it, but typically it'll move about 1 inch or 2 inches and then it stops. It's like it moves the first time we go to the racetrack, and then from then on it's good. So we've got a brake upgrade coming that we'll show you guys, and I'm sure you guys probably already know, but we're going to save that for another video. So yeah, this is the reason why we're going to be changing the brakes. I mean, we're just due. Granted, they've got some life on them, and we've probably warped the rotors. Actually, no, they look pretty straight. But they sure don't spin like some other brands that you guys have seen. We need some of that other brand. So stay tuned for that. As well as a spindle upgrade. We're going to do it all at the same time. And then we might just be putting the fiberglass stuff back on. What do you think, Will? Put the fiberglass stuff back on?
Put it on there and see how fast we can go.
I think so too.
Pull as much weight out of it as we can just to
take the street fuel system out of it too?
Everything.
Street fuel system, radiator. If we take the radiator out though, we got to block the grill off or something. At least block some of the grill off. Maybe we definitely need to block the lower part of the grill completely off, and then maybe 3/4 of the front grill.
We still got the
factory piece for the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see this pollen. Yeah, there you go. And that's happened inside the shop. And it's tough to keep cars pretty in Florida this time of year.
We need to do a little cleaning on it, but this right here would block it off. We need to put this in there.
Hey, looky there. She's a little old and busted looking,
old,
but
maybe we'll have to get a newer one, but might be able to work a little magic with it.
where'd you pull that out of?
My colossal amount of crap I have everywhere. Junk everywhere. I'm just surprised I could find it.
So over on this side of the shop, Will's got his other 2 Camaros, which that's his wife's car. Is that her first car?
Yep, she had it since she was 15.
That's pretty cool.
And she told me if we were going to talk about it on air that she is 27 and 300 months old. So you have to figure it out.
I wasn't going to even bring any of that up.
She told me to say 27 and 300 months.
So, 1st gen Camaro, 2nd gen Camaro, 3rd gen Camaro, and then we've got Steve's 5th gen Camaro at the shop. So, really we just need to get the trifecta and get us a 4th gen in there. And then we can have a picture with all 5 gens of Camaro. That'd actually be kind of cool.
You used to have one, though. So Krista had a 97 Camaro for 20 years.
Yeah, that was the SS too, wasn't it? LT?
Z28.
Z28, that's what, right.
6-speed LT1.
Cool. So, which one do we talk about first? Because we need to talk about both of them.
Whichever we want to talk about.
So, let's talk about the 3rd gen. So, this thing, it's been Will's project. I guess, what, you've been tinkering on it for probably 2 years?
Yeah, probably about 3.
3 years?
Yeah, probably started about 3 years ago.
So you can see it's got an LS in it. We may have done a video on it in the past. I can't remember. But it's got a little... Is that actually a Magnuson?
Yes.
Okay, little Magnuson on there. And this is a 6-liter?
Yeah, so this is a LS2 out of an 05 Vet.
Gotcha.
So it's an aluminum 6-liter.
Cool.
Brian Tooley camshaft. But other than that, I just kind of went through the motor, upgraded the oil pump, checked all the clearances, gapped the rings a little bit, got the blower used, went all through the blower, rebuilt the blower, and of course she has Holly.
Yeah.
And like new radiator, kind of modified everything to make everything fit.
Yeah, all this looks sweet.
Yeah, kind of closed all that in. And
the actual cold air kit from outside the fender.
yeah, so the air filter's
Very
down below there.
Very snazzy.
Water tank, because it's got an air to water intercooler on it.
Yeah, so we could dump ice in there and get some extra horse torques.
Yeah.
If we were to make a hero pull on the dyno, which we need to dyno it, because right after we put this thing together, we dynoed it. I guess that has been like 2 years ago.
It's been a while.
Dang.
Time
And
goes by quick.
it had a single 3-inch exhaust on it, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it made 5 something, right?
A little over 500.
Okay, so
It's got 6-speed in it.
yeah, 6-speed. It's got a Ford 9-inch under the back of it. And it's actually a super sporty, and it doesn't get a whole lot of traction. I followed him home the other day from work, and it did not get a whole lot of traction. So, but look at that. Old Doug Cook would be proud of this thing. Look at that, ain't a crack in the dash.
Yeah, that's what's nice about it. It really didn't have much rust. No rust, actually.
Man, it still smells new in here.
But so smooth, I don't know if you noticed, but I smoothed the firewall, took all the factory AC stuff out. And
Oh, that's right, it's got
modified
vintage air.
So it's
Yeah,
got vintage air
there's a
on
vintage
it.
air controller down there.
Got the Holly.
Got the Holly Pro Dash in it over there. Yeah, this thing's clean.
She's fun.
Yeah, so before too much longer, we'll drag this down to the shop, or we'll get Will to drag it down to the shop, and we'll do some dyno runs on this thing. Maybe follow him to the track and see what it runs at the old racetrack. But as you guys can probably tell from Will's garage, he likes tinkering on stuff. And he's got a bunch of boxes over here. Some of you may recognize the Holly part numbers. So this car, Krista's 69 Camaro, also has an LS in it. And it's a 4L70 trans, right?
Yes.
Like the...
Yes.
So you can see he's got some stainless exhaust we did over here. So actually, I think it was a MagnaFlow kit, and then we like modified it, right?
Yeah.
With the...
Like a shorty
Yeah.
hooker headers.
Yeah, this thing, because you guys restored this thing too, didn't you? Like long time ago.
It's been through several transitions over the years. So when I met Krista, I had a 350 2-barrel Power Glide.
Ooh, sporty.
No AC, Manual brakes, manual drum brakes all the way around. So it's been through a bunch of changes.
Yeah, it's got Willwood big brakes all the way around on it now.
Yeah, got a vintage air AC system, LS3.
So it's on one of the GM Connect and Cruise systems, but the factory ECU stuff, me and Will aren't big fans of. But we are big fans of the Holley stuff. So the car has several kind of just tuning anomalies, like when you're driving it, it's got a weird surge to it, and several different tuners have taken a stab at it, and it kind of goes away for a little while, and then it comes back. But we know we can fix all that with the Holley, and then we both know Holley really well. So by the time we get all that done,
and then we can put a power adder on it.
Yes! Does Krista know about that? She know we're going to put a power adder on it?
No.
Okay, you guys didn't hear that? Krista, if you watch this video, it didn't happen. So, that's another project that we'll be working on here. And Will did pretty much all the rewire in SoccerMom. Like, I would come over and point and, you know, aim at different things here. Oh yeah, let's do that this way. And he used all of our stuff that we have at the shop to kind of rewire SoccerMom. And it's kind of the same way we do a lot of our stuff. Kind of work together on wiring different things and spitball things and work it out all together. So that's what's going to happen to the 69. And like you can tell on the, this is 88.
Yes.
So like you can tell on the 88, even though that's a Holley harness, it's all routed pretty nice. It doesn't jump out at you that it's all kinds of ugly.
I could have done it better.
Well, I mean,
But you always look at it and go.
You always think that after you do a project, and at least I do. And I feel like everybody that's always trying to constantly improve, they probably feel the same way after they finish a project. So, you know, that's just the way these cars go sometimes. But, yeah, it's kind of cool to... There's first gen, third gen, second gen. We gotta at least get all these out and get a picture of just them together.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we had planned a couple of weeks ago. We were supposed to take both of these to a car show, and it ended up flooding that day. And that was one of the days I went and spent working on my Cutlass. So, which there's a pretty significant update coming for the Cutlass, hopefully by this weekend, because at this point, I actually can't do any work on the car. Maybe you'll figure out what I'm talking about. But a lot of people were suggesting that I do something. I really wanted to do it, but kind of gave in to the time crunch. And then decided that I was going to do it, and then it possibly is going to take way longer than I thought it was going to, or what I was originally told. But that's the way it goes. You'll figure out more on Sunday. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Figured I'd give you guys some updates on SoccerMom as well as Will's other projects. It's always fun coming over here in the Camaro garage.
Yeah. Always a project.
Yeah. Yep, and we're due for some more SoccerMom content. So, and also I'm going to be filming something with Steve's Camaro because I've been working on that too. So we'll show you guys a more in-depth video on Val's Camaro. It's not Steve Morris's Camaro, it's Val Morris's Camaro. And Kyle's gonna drive it too. So anyways, appreciate everybody watching, subscribing. We'll see you guys next time.